Welcome back to my n8n automation series. In this tutorial, we are going to learn all about triggers in n8n. By the end of this video, we'll know how and when your workflow actually starts through manual, schedule, webhook, and app triggers. So basically, what is a trigger? So trigger simply decides when your workflow starts. It's the first step that tells n8n, hey, it's time to run his workflow. Without a trigger, nothing happens. It's like pressing the start button before the automation takes off. Every workflow begins with one trigger and continues with actions that follow. Now we'll see what are the types of triggers. So basically, there are four main types of triggers in n8n. First is manual trigger that is used for testing. Second, schedule trigger for time-based automation. Then webhook trigger for receiving external data. Application trigger for events coming from connected apps like Google Sheets or Gmail. Let's check each one practically. So first of all, manual trigger. Manual trigger generally it's exactly what it sounds like. The workflow only runs when you manually click execute workflow. It's commonly used during the development or testing phase, so you can check your steps and debug without automating just yet. Think of it as your workflow's play button. You are in full control. Let's take an example of manual trigger in our n8n website. Simply you have to open this page. Now we will click on the this symbol of plus. Here I will search for the manual trigger. Now here I will click on plus. I will add another node, that is set node. Here I will click on add field value. Here I will say message. Here value. Now I will execute this step. Here it say node executed successfully. So here I will check that here I am showing that manual execution done successfully. It means our manual flow runs completely. Now we will see a schedule trigger. So for that we will move back to our PPT. Okay, so now we will see what is schedule trigger. So if you want your workflow to run every minute daily at 9 a.m. or every Monday, you can do that using cron expressions for custom timing. That would be perfect for regular reports, reminders, or syncing data on a set schedule. So now we will see how it will done practically. Now we will again click on this plus sign again here. Now we will add another node, that is schedule trigger. Here I will choose trigger interval in minutes and the gap would be of 1 minute. Now I will go back to canvas, add again set node. Here I will add a message value. Okay, now I will execute it. So here again one node executed successfully. We will wait for 1 minute and we will again check it that whether our execution had run completely or not. For that we will click on execution. So here we can see our node has run successfully. We here at 10:46, 10:47, again 10:48, 10:49. Okay, so now we will see what is webhook trigger. So we will back to again PPT. So now we will see what is the webhook trigger. So this type of trigger starts a workflow when external data is sent to a webhook URL. Think of it like this: a form gets submitted or an external app sends data in BAM. Your workflow kicks off in real time. Webhooks are ideal for instant real-time automation that react to events outside your system. Now we will see an example to showcase what actually Webhook trigger is and how it works in workflows. So we will again move to the n8n canvas. Here we will click on the plus sign again. We will search for Webhook trigger. We will copy this to test URL for testing of the webhook trigger. Now here we will click on set plus. We will search for this set node. Here we will give on again a message, and here we will give our value, that is webhook executed successfully. Now we will click on here and workflow was started. Now we can see our webhook executed successfully. So for that you have to move to another browser tab. You have to copy that URL, sorry, paste that URL, and then you have to come back to the automation canvas. So you can see our webhook executed successfully. So now we will see what is the final, that is application trigger. And finally, the app trigger. These are events triggered by connected apps. For example, a new row is added in a Google Sheet, a new email arrives in Gmail, a new database entry in Notion. These all are the example of application trigger, and these all work with the help of the application trigger. So application usually require account authentication, so make sure your apps are connected properly. Okay, because it requires the connection of another application. So for that you have to make sure your account authentication is present. For that we will move to our canvas again. So here we will again click on the plus. Now here we will search for application that would be Google Sheet. Here we will click on row added. Now here we will click on our third account. If you want to create a new credential, you can click on here. You can sign in with Google and it will automatically save it. For now, I will use my email account, that is Google Sheet Trigger account 3, and here I will paste my document by URL. When you can select it from list or through ID. Now I will select the URL of sheet. So in this way you can create the four application trigger. So basically among all, the application trigger requires a lot of credentials, and it is also time consuming, but all the four triggers are very easy to create, and we will cover more topics in the upcoming videos. Till then, thank you.
If you have any question or any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I will answer you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye and have a nice day.